Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Evil Man. Oh,
Bruno
James's cat is sneezing.
That's a sign. It's
Yeah.
a sign it's going to be a great episode.
Wise man says, when cat sneeze, pod hits the #1 spot on the iTunes comedy charts.
Well, Chris, we should mention that.
Hey.
First of all, it's great to have you back and Mike back. You guys both had to miss a week recently. But not only is it the three of us, the classic three, we're also joined by a guest today.
It's me, Chris Wilson.
Oh, thank you for letting us know who you
we
are,
have
because
to.
we weren't 100% sure.
It kind of been a mystery could have been fun, but also let's get right down to it,
Yeah,
eh?
just open it up with me.
Chris,
It's not Smartless or anything.
It's
Just get
Chris
to it.
Wilson
Just
from
get to it.
This hour is 22 minutes.
Yeah.
You just won an award.
Yeah, we won 5 of them.
Did you-
Really?
I think.
Congra-
No, wait, I didn't.
How many
The
did you
show
bring?
But the whole
5.
show.
Did you bring-
Congratulations.
2.
Some today?
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
No, they don't give you one. They don't. I don't know where they are. They're left at the venue.
You have to, like,
or
pay-
You have to pay like $400 for one.
Yeah.
For a CSA.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying? Did
Yeah,
I
for
say
a
that part?
CSA.
and Chris, I'm so sorry to nitpick. You are so perfect in every way, but I think the microphones aren't that good, and you have to hold it a little closer
So I
to
have
your
to
mouth.
hold it like
Well, these
this.
are
Yes,
SM58
sorry.
microphones, actually.
Oh
These
my
are industry
gosh.
standard.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but
I'm just used to my
And I just-
Shure SM7B.
and I just want to say, because we have lots of listeners in the States. If they haven't heard of that show, that's a Canadian political satire show that's been on CBC for a
Yeah,
long
we
time.
make
Chris
fun
is
of-
one of the hosts.
We make fun of Trudeau all the time.
Oh, yeah.
God. For the Americans, we make fun of Pierre Poilievre.
Yes.
Great guy
Yeah.
you'll know about for sure.
Yes.
He's coming.
And
Uh,
Chris is in all these damn viral videos all the time because he's so funny. And
Yeah.
you know what,
You
too?
might actually know who Chris is from the internet.
TikTok.
Mhm.
And also, you know what? Chris is such a nice guy. I really, he's really blowing up, and he's the same great guy.
Shut the fuck up.
Chris, can I ask you a question?
Oh, shit. They got him.
Pretty good joke, right?
That is
Hollywood got him.
good. Hollywood, Canada.
But also
i.e.
your
Halifax.
guy who can't have fun videos. What number are you at now?
I stopped counting those because then it started. It's like I
Yeah.
got up to like 80.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who cares that there were 80 before this? And
Yeah.
Just like
Just do it.
do
You're
it.
that guy on
no, no,
TikTok.
Yeah. Guy
Those
can't
are
have a good
hugely
time.
popular. So
They were for a while, and then I if it doesn't
Uh-oh.
involve water and falling into water and drowning and horrifically, they don't go very well anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Has to be about drowning.
Horror needs to be attached to
Yeah,
comedy.
Exactly. You have to say, you'd die. You'd be dead.
I've noticed that if you do a video where everything's going fine, everyone's fucking mad at you.
Have you ever thought about taking that character to the Nile or the Dead Sea?
Or the River Ganges.
The River Ganges. Oh, there's so many bodies of water outside
Oh my
Canada.
God. I was just at Niagara Falls
Yeah.
with the
Mm.
character.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we saw the bus go by with the character's
Yeah.
logo on the
Yeah,
side.
that was me. Yeah. No, I'd love to go anyway. It starts to feel like humble bragging, though, because I only do them when I'm actually traveling somewhere. And then it's like, look where I am.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The Eiffel
Check it out.
Tower.
Right.
Yeah.
Check out this trip I'm on again.
Yeah.
You should be the first online comedian to do a skit in North Korea.
Has no one ever done that?
I think
I
we
don't
need to
think-
break those barriers.
I don't think no.
I
don't
think
anyone's made a skit.
Gallagher. I think Gallagher did do a show in Pyongyang.
Although it's considered very disrespectful to smash a watermelon in North Korean
Right.
culture.
Yeah.
So he
Since all the Kim Youngs look like have heads of watermelons. Boom. I'm probably going to get killed.
What else do I know about Chris? You're one of my only friends who has a VR
Dude,
helmet.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I
bought a
tried it on
VR
your
helmet.
porch, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. That's right. It was a pandemic purchase. Everybody bought one of these. You didn't get one? They're
well,
awesome.
Fauci
And
was
then-
recommending. He was like, "Get yourself a VR helmet and stay 6 feet away from everybody in your house."
Play
I
mini
got-
golf on there, and then
Yeah.
evenally it's just a porn machine.
That's
Let's
the
just
thing.
be honest.
No.
Porn
that's
machine.
what it is now.
Porn robot. Well, that's the thing. I did get one during the pandemic, but I had to return it because I kept jacking off on the balcony.
Yeah, people are like,
Everybody
Chris,
was
we can see you. You're on the balcony.
Everybody would be out there banging pots and pans for the nurses, and I'd be jacking off with a helmet on, looking like Daft Punk.
But in your vision, it just looks like your dick is a pot, and your hand is like a spoon that you're hitting it with.
I thought I was doing the
Yeah.
right thing. I was like, God, supporting the the workers feels amazing. Yeah. I almost said crucial workers. What were they called?
Essential.
Essential. They are. They're crucial.
They are crucial.
They were
Crucial.
really crucial
You're not
back
wrong.
then.
I'm supporting the crucial workers. But also you had a sketch troupe. You have a sketch troupe, Peter and Chris, which also dominated
know what?
fringe
You-
festivals forever.
You could say have. I don't know.
Where's Peter?
He's in Vancouver, and
Right.
we shot sketches a year ago, and I'm gonna edit them soon.
Yeah, been there.
I'll get to them.
Video
Yeah.
editing is a bitch.
Yeah, we did Fringe for like 10 years, and then stopped, and that's the story on that.
Well, Chris,
I
what?
have a ton of things that need to be edited from 2011.
Oh, I know. And then you just sit on them, and you're like, okay, well, it doesn't matter. And then you start to be like, oh, well, I look younger. It's better. Like, it's actually better then. So you just let them sit a little longer.
Yeah.
And then your computer gets too old to be able to edit them. You get a new. I got a new computer, so now I'm gonna edit them.
Nice.
That's exciting. Can I ask
Yeah.
you a question though? I think all the listeners are dying to hear the
Dying.
answer to. What city in Canada has the craziest fringe?
It's Edmonton. The answer is Edmonton.
Edmonton.
that.
Fringe.
The rule
I've
is
heard
if
they're
it's a shitty city, it has a good fringe festival.
Okay.
If it's a good city, it's got a bad one. So
Now-
Montreal's fringe really sucks.
Now, there
Montreal's
might be
awesome.
people in Edmonton listening, so we don't want to be too
no,
mean.
but
I
they
guess.
know.
I've never been.
They know that. They know the saying: "Shitty city, good fringe."
Okay, fair enough. Well, speaking of, I mean, this is sort of an unbelievable segue, but just prior to recording, I brought up on Twitter. I use like a sports burner Twitter, and this video popped up of this woman at an Edmonton Oilers game. How would you describe it, Chris? She's
Well, I would say that it's probably one of the best meme videos I've seen in quite a long time. She's in the Edmonton Oilers jersey, cheering for her team, gets excited, lifts up the jersey, no bra, and totally radical boobs bounce up and down.
They're rad.
Yeah, they're rad, right? That's how you describe them.
Yeah, rad boobs.
We're trying to be tasteful here, but the lady, the Oilers fan, had rad boobs.
and we brought this up just before
We brought it up
recording.
because we
Well, to
really
be
enjoy
clear-
the video
to be
and
clear-
watched it a lot.
To be clear, James, you brought it up twice before we recorded.
Well, that's right. But I guess what I was looking for was when I brought this up before we recorded, Mike had a different take on the lady who I think seems very pretty.
So picture it: 4 white guys hanging out.
Four
the
white
subject
guys?
of the subject of a hockey babe.
The sun is out. I'm technically olive-skinned now.
Yeah,
I've been
true.
walking in the sun.
4 white guys
4
should
guys
not
hanging
talk about a woman.
4 white guys hanging out. James brings up, "Did you see the big tits woman on Twitter?" And
So you're
and we
lashing out
talked
because
about
you
it.
think I'm making fun of you, of your take. I liked your
no,
take.
no.
I thought it was funny.
What take?
You said you hated her. You didn't like her because she was a hockey fan.
I agree with Mike. I think we should find some more diverse opinions on the Edmonton Oilers women's groupies.
First of all, I didn't say I hated her. I would like to
Okay.
have that retracted.
I thought it was funny, so I was setting you up for what I thought would be funny. I didn't think
I'm
you
sorry
minded.
I disappointed you with my take on the Edmonton Oilers.
No, I
fans'
thought it was
boobs.
funny. I was eliciting it. I was trying to set you up. But
Well, I feel like I was the odd man out because I didn't want to ask her out on a date immediately.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
Hey, I've been to Edmonton, and it is a party town. White Avenue, holla.
Yeah. You know what they say? Shitty city.
Great ladies in the
Ladies
stands.
In the stands with boobs.
Yeah.
Shitty city, lady titty. Grindstone Theater's sick. I don't know if anyone here's performed there like that. Edmonton's decent. I haven't been in the hot summer when you go over that bridge, and I haven't seen the valley in full bloom. They got a valley there that looks pretty
That'd be
interesting.
nice.
But
That'd be nice.
They
as
have a
far as
neon-
we know, we
Yeah.
White Avenue, Fringe is
I
good.
think they have a
Mhm.
neo-Nazi problem as well.
Oh
Yeah.
crap! They
Yeah.
also have like
A French district. A lot of French
Okay, that
districts,
kind of
French
evens
Quarter,
out
yeah.
the Nazi.
Something for
issue.
everybody.
Mhm.
Oh well.
Well, they had last time I was there. They had those like, you boop a card and can take like an electric like scooter if you want. Like they were all painted yellow, and it's really funny because they're all wantonly thrown all over the streets of the city for
Oh,
sure
really?
by like drunk people. You know what I mean?
Ottawa's like that too, where there's scooters just abandoned
I
all
love
over
that.
I went to
Yes.
Austin and they had that
For
too.
sure, people got
Yeah,
hit
all the
by
American
cars
cities
like
have
flies.
them. Yeah.
And you'd
But
see like people
Yeah.
like going to work, sort of zipping through a busy street, no helmet. They clearly just picked up the Uber scooter.
Mhm.
Seems crazy.
It'd be hell here.
Oh, you'd be dead.
Everyone would die.
If that was available here, I'd honestly be worried about all my friends every night.
Mm-hmm.
People
I'd take
on
one every
bikes
day.
in bike lanes with helmets on here die.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be on one of those scooters.
Yeah.
I rented one in San Antonio, or I used it or whatever, and it was fun. But yeah, I was mildly scared the whole time.
Can I circle back around for a sec?
To the boobs.
James and I, for sure, really thought that girl was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought
I
she was
did,
really cool.
and yeah, like full.
It's
I mean,
a neat thing to do in the stands.
was-
Like, good for her.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it was
Great for
hot.
her.
Maybe she was hot. And needed
Yeah,
to
excited and hot.
I mean,
It's a hockey arena. It does
get
get
hot in
warm.
there. That's
the
why.
Oilers are in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
They're your favorite team. You get excited.
Your
Get
heart's
creative.
racing.
Your heart's racing. I'll say we saw it.
Yeah.
if it was a
Boom,
hot
boom.
guy who pulled his pants down and showed an awesome dick, I would have also been like, let's
We would've
talk
shared
about
it around, yeah.
this amazing dick guy.
So maybe that's how we should put it. It doesn't matter that it's a female with boobs. If it was any kind of awesome private part bouncing up and down in a video, we would be supportive.
If there was
Yeah.
a person who's excited at a hockey game
taint.
who showed their anus,
Yes.
We're
just
and then
excited.
you hear
They're
like
excited.
dun,
That's
dun,
it.
dun, 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 and
Oh,
the anus comes out,
And then they time it out like a
And
nice.
yeah,
Nice
and then when it goes,
little fart on it.
"Da-da-da-da-da-da," they shoot shit on the ice.
now that would
It's
be
like
a
a
tweet.
hat trick. Yeah. Throwing a hat.
Yeah,
Every once in a while,
That's an Oiler
there's clips of like people in the upper deck of a
upper
of a
deck.
baseball stadium having sex in an empty section.
Okay,
That does happen.
when the Skydome was first built,
Yeah.
they had the hotel windows. They
Yep.
still do.
Yep.
It's not the Skydome anymore, facing the field.
Yep.
That was one of the first legends of the
Yeah,
stadium.
people didn't know you could see
People were
in,
banging up against the window during a game.
and people during Blue Jays games,
Oh, Yeah.
Tony Fernandez is at the plate, and
Yeah.
two people are doing it doggy style, and
People
everyone
still
can
do
see
it
them.
now. You
Well,
can
to
look
be
it up.
fair,
There's like a
Tony
site.
Fernandez walk-on song was "Let's Get It On." Let's get it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love looking up into a window, a hotel window, and seeing the woman's hands spread against the glass pane, and she's nude, and her lover is doing whatever they need, and she's enjoying it, and I think it's fine.
And you got a big hot dog and a big Molson
Peanuts.
Canadian.
I got a big chili dog just scarfing it back.
and a free bobblehead.
Yeah, you're eating so much junk food.
We got a free bobblehead of that couple from the hotel for showing up early. A pendant with them on it for our clubhouse. Oh my God,
Oh my
Bruno.
God.
Bruno's smelling Chris's head.
Bruno,
He
you
looks
don't
like Garfield. Like if I drew a flat drawing of Garfield.
Yep, he
That's
does.
him.
Yeah.
Did you guys know Garfield is
Do you
like
know about this
the
guy?
#1 movie right now at the
No.
box office?
My daughter saw it for a birthday party.
well, that's
They
why.
went
Did you
nuts.
also know that movies are wildly failing across the board? Like everything's bombing. So that's not. I don't know.
Your TikToks are doing better than movies.
I think so.
Yeah,
10,000
'cause, like,
views.
Isn't Furiosa? Didn't it kind of
Furiosa's bombing.
You
what
know
else
why?
bombed?
Didn't have Garfield? Odie, John.
the
in
Fall Guy. No,
Furiosa.
Ryan. You know, gotta get.
I want, and I thought,
that bombed.
you know what? I saw the trailers for the Fall Guy. I thought, I bet that's funny. I'll probably
Do you
go
know
see
what?
that.
It is.
It is.
I'm going on record. It's good.
Is it
I
the-
heard
like
it's
that
not
movie.
good, but
I
I heard
loved
Furiosa
it.
is really good.
They're both good.
You went?
I love the movies.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go.
I love the movies too.
I
Yeah.
love the movies.
I
We were
love
supposed
the
to go see
movies.
that one, and we didn't.
We were
couldn't
gonna go
get
see
around to
Civil
it.
War, and we never got
Yeah.
our shit together.
Do you see that one?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I like to go to them all if I can.
Was
Holy shit.
what's your review of Civil War?
Civil War's good. I love the movies. No, it is rough. It's a rough watch.
Bit dark.
Who
It's
wins?
That's the thing. They don't really say what side anybody's really on. You can take some guesses on who's a Republican and what president they're making fun
I think
of.
they
Yeah.
intentionally
or they're
did
taking
that.
down, but it is up to debate, and it is basically a future that would never exist because California and Texas are aligned in like a Western alliance. And
Oh.
you're
I feel
that
like they
wouldn't
did that
happen.
intentionally
Yeah.
to not make it obvious who's the right and who's the left.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Which is kind of
that's-
interesting.
It's just weird. It's like it's good. It just shows you like I didn't know that was actually really a job where you go into war and just like get a good shot of a dead body. But people do that.
Like-
it's a job.
Like a
There's
photo?
There's a death.
Yeah, so it's
photographer
all
in
about
it?
it's Kirsten Dunst being a journalist and going like and trying to get the shot.
Oh.
They all want to
Yeah.
take a photo,
Like the
of
guy who took
the
that-
president being assassinated. That's
Oh.
basically the movie. They want that shot.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
just think he might get assassinated.
Yeah,
so
they
all
wanna
these
be
journalists.
there when he is.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Imagine cameras were around during the French Revolution, and and the guillotine was surrounded by journalists.
If you
for blogs,
if you got the shot of Marie Antoinette getting her head chopped off, that'd be
Yeah.
like getting the Kawhi shot photo.
or
you
the,
know?
yeah, or the
That
shot of
famous
like,
photo?
Yeah.
or the shot of Muhammad Ali standing. Over
Yeah.
that, what's his name? Yeah,
Joe Frazier, maybe?
maybe.
Imagine a
Oh.
GIF of the heads coming off. You could send it to your friends if you're, I'm running
Cool
late.
boomerang.
It'd be
Yeah.
like being the guy who took the Einstein tongue out photo.
Or the guy standing in front of the tanks at Tiananmen Square.
Yes, that's a great
That's not a
photo.
funny one.
That's great. That's
And that photo was
hilarious.
even
That
moving.
photo's
It was-
sick, dude.
Yeah, that was
And
a
he
good-
was also
Yeah.
you can't see you see the back of his head, but he was also sticking out his tongue like Einstein
Oh.
to the
Apparently,
tank.
and apparently the Tiananmen Square conflict. That was the Red Army, right? Or no, who was that?
The Chinese army.
Yeah.
The
That
People's
conflict was
Army?
resolved after that photo was taken, because after they took it, they were like, "We got it," and
know
then they
what's-
wrapped it up. It was sick because
You know-
it was to get that photo.
You know when people talk about the Mandela effect, where a lot of people claim they remember the same thing that didn't happen for some weird reason?
Mhm.
Berenstain Bear.
Berenstain
Berenstain
Bears is a
Bears.
popular one. Apparently, the Tiananmen Square that tank picture or video is one of those things, and some people claim they remember that guy got totally killed, and then they had a big
Hmm.
thing about it, which didn't happen.
Also, a lot of people think that monk protester who lit himself on fire was an actor who did it for the Rage Against the Machine album cover.
Evil Empire? Just kidding.
Isn't that the cover of their first one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the self-titled.
Yeah, self-titled. Rage Against the Machine, like this guy. Okay.
This is not interesting, but
This
I'm
is
going to
not
throw this
saying.
out.
I just
I'm going
said
to
it's
throw
not
this out
good
there
either,
because, we're just going with the flow.
Yeah.
You know what I think doesn't happen anymore? Remember bands used to name their album the same name as one of the songs on the album?
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was lazy, and I don't think it happens anymore. I
Because
could
they-
be wrong.
'cause
I
of
don't know
you.
why, but they used to be like, I'm having trouble thinking of an example off my head, but, if the number one hit on your album was called, like, Can of Beer, the album would be called Can of Beer, too.
Do
know
you
what I'm
think
saying?
that your thought of that being lazy got out there into the ether somehow from
Yeah.
your energy
Maybe.
and changed people's minds telepathically?
Maybe I was picking up on something
I
that.
don't know if I can name a recent artist's album name at all. I
Yeah.
can name their songs, but I don't know. I don't think I. What's Taylor Swift's new album? I don't know.
I don't
I
either.
actually don't know what it's called.
Spotify.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Tortured Poet Society,
Okay.
Or something.
Okay.
But I know what
Great.
you're saying.
Good-
I know what
good
you're
Is there a
saying.
so-
Good
is
for
there
you,
a
man.
song called Tortured Society?
I don't know.
I think it's a lyric from a song on the
Bless you.
album.
That's kind of neat.
Thank you.
Robitussin. Robitussin.
Is that what you say when someone?
Don't you remember that commercial?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So there like somebody sneezes and then the girl's like, "What happens when someone coughs? What do you say?" And she says, "Robitussin." Yeah.
I
great,
love
great.
that.
It's really good.
I love
It's
that.
from
really
the
good.
90s.
That's good.
Marketing is probably my peak number one interest. I think it's really great how they do that. What about What okay. Speaking of, what image pops into your mind right away? Say it right away when I say Robaxaset.
The guy.
Marionette.
The marionette.
The marionette.
Yeah.
Yes, the marionette, the wooden marionette doing a little dance. At first, he's in pain. By the end of the story, he's back to his old self.
He
Yeah.
gets like acupuncture, which is not what Robaxaset is, right? They
Yeah.
put pins in his back or
Yeah.
something. Oh, but that's to represent the pain.
Yeah.
And then the little wooden guy.
Do you remember? This might be Canadian only, but the ads for Red Rose tea, and in the commercial, like an explorer would have visited Canada, and they're like, "Mr. Explorer, why did you come to Canada to see the mountains or the Niagara Falls?" And the explorer goes, "Hardly. I came for the tea." And there was
I
a
don't
whole
remember that
series of
one.
these ads where people would say, "Hardly. I came for the tea."
I think this is another time when your mind
Yeah, this is
was
a
doing
Mandela
stuff.
thing.
These days, the explorer would be.
I'm positive it's real.
These days, he'd be like, "I came for the cannabis that's legal now."
Oh.
I came here for the job opportunities. I think I remember this. Tetley tea bag.
Oh.
Tetley tea.
I get around Tetley tea bag. I get around. Da, da, da.
don't know.
Tetley tea bag introduced a revolutionary concept: round tea bags,
Right.
and they used
It
the
is
Beach Boys
revolutionary.
song "I Get Around," but it was about the round tea bag. Some people are remembering this and going crazy.
Do you guys remember Tetley tea bag? Tetley tea.
No.
It's ringing a bell.
I have more 80s
What about this
commercial
one? How about
memories,
this
maybe.
one? The lady goes, "I hope those boys show up for the body wash."
No.
You don't remember this one?
That's a Vancouver commercial.
No, come on. It's
I hope
herbal
the boy-
essence.
Oh, I remember.
Oh.
Those
I
are
re-
the orgasm commercials.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's an orgasm.
People would be shampooing and like, like for real,
Yeah,
right?
they'd have real orgasms.
And it was
yeah.
like, I
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
the slogan, but they were being naughty.
Yeah, those commercials were amazing, but they would put that Japanese porn scramble on the nudie bits.
On the hair, on the shampoo and the hair.
Yeah, where the hands touching the hair. It'd be pixelated like Japanese porn.
I don't think that campaign, that ad campaign wouldn't have worked. It was a guy in the shower jerking off, going, "Ugh."
Yeah, I put
Sad jerking off
yeah,
with
I
the
put herbal essences on my crotch. He's shampooing his bush, fingering his ass with herbal essences all over his fingers. Oh fuck!
Shit!
Come on.
And then it just shows the product placement at the end. Herbal essences.
Yeah, and then it was always a shot of like a drain, and then soap going down the drain. Yeah.
So, Chris, you satirize Canada's politicians and culture
Yes.
on TV.
Yeah, let's get some stories out of Chris.
Well, I have to ask you, though, because I know you love this crazy country of ours. Do you ever, before the red light comes on and they go, "Lights, camera, action,"
Yeah.
do you ever feel sorry to satirize Canada because you love it so much?
Do I ever feel sorry
This
for
is a
it?
great
This is a
question.
good one. I mean, listen, no, because the way that we do it on the show is, it's everybody. It's not just
Mhm.
Canada; it's everybody.
That's
you know?
right.
Everybody.
Isn't it?
That's
Isn't
right.
it all of us?
Who have you
22
know?
minutes gives to everybody.
Who have you met?
Yeah,
like,
we've done Tim Hortons for sure. And that's just
Mhm.
Canada, but
But you also
Yeah.
give it to the Yanks
You
as
give it to
well
them,
as
yeah.
the Canadians, right?
Have you met Justin Trudeau from your impression of him?
I haven't. No, but I mean, I can only assume he's seen it.
I bet he has.
Oh,
for
sure.
sure.
For
I
sure
heard.
he's
I hear
seen
that was
That's
part
just as
of
good.
your impression.
That's cool.
Your impression sort of played a part in the separation between him and Sophie.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, that's what he's like."
She was probably like, "Uh-oh, I'm
That's
I'm
the public
attracted to the
perception.
guy pretending to be you more than you."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
this guy
me.
seems more like the Justin I married.
Yeah. He's
Not even
younger. He's actually funny instead of just kind of funny in a drama teacher way.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
gosh.
Savage, James.
Well,
have you
take him
submitted a
down.
ready package to
You
22?
got to.
no, but I might talk to Chris after we record.
Now, Chris, you've played the leader of the Conservative Party,
Yeah,
Pierre
Pierre
Poilievre.
Poilievre.
do a really great impression of him. You've
Thanks.
even gone to some rallies.
I went to a Pierre Polyev rally dressed as him.
Yeah.
And that was the scariest part because I didn't think everybody would just legitimately recognize me as him, actually him.
Right.
And did they?
They thought you were
lots
him.
of people thought I was just him.
And they
they're-
were
they're
talking to
big
you and like
fans.
happy to meet you.
Oh yeah, and they were shaking my hand, and this guy, I started figuring out that, oh my God, this guy is not talking to me as like Chris. He's talking to Pierre because he was like, yeah, we went to high school together. And then I immediately thought that he was talking to me. And then he kept going and be like, yeah, do you remember? And then he was like, he was in high school in like Calgary or something. And I was like, he thinks I'm Pierre for sure.
Wow.
He's just this guy's just pointing out like cool like landmarks around the around the
Do you
church
feel
that
a
he was
bit
at.
trapped or claustrophobic in one of those kind of moments?
I don't like those. I don't really like that. Like going
Yeah.
out and like ambushing people and like
Yeah.
doing like what Nathan Fielder did essentially.
I can't do that
don't.
either. I
just-
find it
yeah.
really embarrassing.
It's
It
embarrassing.
hurts my stomach.
Yeah, I get like anxious that I'm being like really mean, and then I end
You don't
up
want to
like
exploit
being-
people like regular people by
yeah,
accident.
and then like while I was doing that, like she was really talking to me, and she was like, "Oh my God, I really like this other lady." After she was like, "My son loves you. He just loves you. Can I get a photo with you?" Oh my God, and she was like shaking to meet Pierre,
Oh
and I
my
just
God.
didn't ever say that I wasn't him
for
and
her benefit.
for her benefit. Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to take this moment away from her. And then I did like 5 minutes later see her friends like talking to her, and like she was like had figured it out.
You should have told her I'm a clown just fucking around.
I'm fucking around. I was giving out like I thought it was obvious. I'm giving out plastic straws at
Yeah.
the rally. I'm like
Yeah.
ripping on CBC. I'm eating apples because that's the thing that he did to a journalist.
That's
He
awesome.
ate an apple through the whole interview.
and you're clearly
all I'm
being
doing.
filmed, I assume.
Yeah, and I'm just people are talking to me, and I'm just eating
And these are-
apples through it.
These are like people who self-identify as fans of the guy.
Yes, these are the
couldn't
people
tell.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other weird thing is, he's literally like, he had just given a speech. He was wearing these certain clothes, and then she
Right.
came out and saw me, and immediately just thought of an immediate costume change, I guess.
Right.
And she like just fully bought it, and I was like, these are the people. These are the people that are voting for him.
When you're that close to a celebrity that you admire so much, your head just gets drunk right away.
Yeah, I mean, you're more excited by the fact that you're actually maybe meeting him. Like, you want to believe that you're meeting him so bad that you just let yourself believe it.
You have
Yeah.
wouldn't even conceive of the
No.
idea of tricksters like
There was
flitting
a weird
about.
moment, like we were in overflow seating because it was such a popular event, and they were introducing Pierre Polyev coming out in the gymnasium inside, and there was like speakers outside, and then so I was outside, and as they were introducing Pierre Polyev on the inside, I walked and like waved to everybody, and you could hear him talking, but then I was also talking, and everybody was like losing their shit
Wow.
for me, and you could see that in the video. And I walk out, and everybody.
So the
gives me a
people
standing
who are
ovation.
going to vote for Pierre Poilievre
Yeah.
can't tell that when he's talking and another guy's waving, it's not the same
yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
They don't understand
Yeah.
reality.
that's and he's gonna win.
They're
This is
hallucinating
great.
two Pierre Polievres. Wow.
Okay, another quick question I want to say before we get moving forward. You are actually a master impressionist, and right now you're in the, you're doing your stock. You're pulling out your stock that 22 minutes asks of you a lot. Is there any impression that you've been doing lately that you like, that maybe audio version we can hear?
I always like doing Jay Baruchel because it's fun. And
I was just
Let's
sitting
hear
very
it.
near him at the CSAs, but I didn't meet him or anything.
Let's
No,
hear
no.
it.
Okay, it's just like he's like. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, we were standing near each other at the CSAs the other day, and I just noticed that you didn't say hi to me. So yeah, next time you can say hi. I know. I'm sorry, I'm not Seth Rogen or anything. It's just I am a man, so just don't be rude next time, or whatever. He does
Yes.
his
That's
Instagram.
Yes.
really good.
Gentlemen, before we get to this week's Evil Man, I would love to mention to all of you that Evil Men has a Patreon account. And if you go to patreon.com/evilmen and you sign up and sign up for it, you get 2 bonus episodes a month. We're going to do one with Chris. And you get to be on our Discord where you can chat with us. And you get 15% off for our upcoming live show with a code. And you're helping us out, which we really appreciate it. So please check it out, patreon.com/evilmen. And I just want to say, in our last episode that we did with Ebony, our Patreon episode, Mike told a really funny story about going to a coffin handle factory tour, and it was quite funny, and the Discord was blowing up about it.
Chris, now that you've been on the show, do you think you'll sign up for our Patreon?
Yeah. How much a month was it again?
I think it's like $7 Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I
$5
could do
American.
that for the price of one
Yeah,
beer
yeah.
a day.
Exactly.
You're having such crazy noises.
He does.
I got freaked out.
I know, sorry. I think he has breathing problems.
Oh.
And Chris, we also want to mention June 22nd at the Paradise Theatre in Toronto. We are doing a live show. How about that?
Man, I am so excited. Evil Men Live is back at the Paradise Theater, June 22nd, 8 p.m.
Yes.
The tickets are online. You can go to the link on the Instagram account.
And in the show description of this very
The show
episode, there will be a link to buy tickets. The shows have been amazing. We're going to
They're
have a really
so
good
fun.
time.
I'm
Yeah.
putting it in my
Please come.
calendar right now.
Chris.
I am. I'm doing it. I'm
Put it in your
legitimately putting it in my
calendar.
calendar.
Oh, my God.
We haven't picked the guests yet
Evil
either.
Men Live. Here it is.
Oh
June
my
22nd.
God! Now if people ask you, so actually this is good. If any listeners see Chris and they
Yeah.
forget when the live show is, you can ask Chris
I'll
Wilson.
load it up. I'll load up my calendar and I'll
Yeah.
say June 22nd at 8.
June 22. That's how you remember it. June 22.
June 22.
Yeah, think of a tutu
Tutu.
like a ballet dancer,
Yeah.
and then from there
or
June
Desmond Tutu.
or Desmond Tutu, and then June. Think of June Carter,
Right.
Johnny Cash's wife, and then
Okay.
it's easy to remember.
Think if June Carter and Desmond Tutu had sex. June Tutu.
And then
June Tutu.
that's when our live show is at the Paradise Theater, and Paradise is hopefully where we go after we die, which both Johnny Cash and June Carter are dead.
Right. And is Desmond Tutu still around?
I don't. It's a
That's
wonderful
an-
question.
If he
Mandela
is-
effect, I think.
If he
He's
is, he's
still-
yeah. He won't have much longer
Yeah.
if he's still with us, I think.
Hmm.
He's quite old.
So, moving on. Chris Wilson, you chose this episode's Evil Man. Who
I
did
did.
Who did you choose?
I chose Simon Cowell
Oh.
of America's Got Talent and
And-
American Idol
Yeah.
fame
The British Bulldog
I
of
wanted-
singing.
to take him down.
And Chris.
He recently offended me
Yes, like
Right.
You-
Because
because I just did America's Got Talent.
and he was rude, right?
And he was rude to me.
so. Set the
my
scene,
God.
Chris. No joke right now to everybody.
No, this
Chris
is no
literally
joke.
about a month ago went to do America's Got Talent.
I mean, how far back do I go?
Can I
Well,
also say this is the first time a guest has personally interacted with the subject of an episode, I think.
Oh my God.
Is that true?
I think so, because, I mean...
Except
Jeffrey
for we-
Dahmer-
Kelsey Grammer and somebody's got to have talked to him, right?
None of us.
Yeah.
Desmond Tutu is dead.
Oh, thank you for that update. Mike, we did do your uncle.
We did my uncle,
Shoot.
and I once had breakfast with Robert Picton as well. So, sorry, I forgot.
But Chris, they contacted you from like your TikToks, I guess, right? And they said, "Come and do America's Got Talent."
They messaged me. I got a message in my Instagram
Mm.
in the request section. You know, you have 3 folders. So check that other one. You might have an invite to AGT in there. Anybody could have gotten it.
Yep.
But I looked at it and I was like, this is real. This is real. And they wanted me
You
to.
went for it.
Oh, I just took the leap. And they
You're not American.
There's so many people. It's
you're
actually
North
an
American.
international festival.
You're North American.
I'm North American, but there's lots of like people from all over. Spanish people, Japanese people. Name a race of people.
So there's all kinds of people.
Name a race.
So there's all kinds of people from America, and there's also Japanese and
And
Spanish
people
people.
visiting America. Yes.
Now, Chris, Did they fly you out there and
It's
put you up
amazing.
in your own hotel as
That's
well?
the only thing that I got out of this. The only
Amazing.
perk was that they flew me out and they put
First
me
class?
in- No.
Oh.
Deep coach.
and on the
America's
plane,
got hotels.
were there Japanese and Spanish people on the flight
I
as
would
well?
have to assume
Okay.
yes, but mostly in my section, I know that I remember sitting beside two white people. I do.
Oh.
Okay.
I do.
What? That's weird.
It's just very memorable.
Yeah, you never forget your first time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, he's one of those guys that takes up more space than he.
Oh, I
was in
hate
the middle.
that.
I was in
Oh,
the middle
yeah.
and you just-
I hate when the guy next to you has his arm all covering the
has-
whole armrest.
He
It's
was
like,
a double arm
come on.
man,
You just got through it by thinking.
and he had the window.
You just got through it by thinking America's Got Talent will make me feel less uncomfortable. Fuck. You know what? I'm
You know
tripping
what?
off of this Diet Coke, man.
I saw some trapeze artists stick the landing worse than that.
Chris, that's a beautiful,
Not
beautiful
stick
way
the
to
landing.
frame it.
Yeah.
So,
Hey-
Chris,
hey, you stuck the landing. Bad.
so Chris, you get to this big studio, I guess, and I remember you saying you had to wait like a long
I
time.
waited a long time. So I mean, I'll fill the first part in. So they messaged me. I send in video that they had asked for, where they were like, there was a thing I did on Second City, where I was a magician, and I give the middle finger, and
Are
that's
you breaking
all my
any
trip is.
NDA right now?
Not at all.
Nice.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Bruno is scratching a scratching post with a lot of vigor.
Huge vigor.
Yeah.
So
It's almost like the
they
scratching post is Simon Cowell and Bruno is Chris.
Oh, now he's horking up on me.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. That's what they wanted. They wanted the middle finger magician, and then they're like, you can't say you're an actor or a comedian at all. You're a magician, and you have been from a very young age. So I do all these calls before I actually fly out to LA, like where they're getting my backstory, and we're making it up together. Basically, they're like,
You mean the producers?
you mean the producers are
Whoa.
fabricating a story? And I, at some point, said
That's
I used to
fun.
go to church and I did sketch comedy at church. And they were like, okay, but now you did magic at church and you did this act at church.
Right.
And you have to say that because we don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Yeah.
But say that you would practice.
Did you really do
this.
sketch comedy at church?
At one point, I did like a crocodile hunter impression in front of the youth group at church. Yeah.
That must
That
have been
is
really
It was
good.
sick.
a beautiful moment.
That's awesome.
I had made my own crocodile out of a shoebox and a towel.
Mm.
You can picture it.
Man.
Everyone at
shoebox
church
is
was
the crocodile's
sad when
head.
Crocodile Hunter died, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god.
That is one of the
This was pre-crocodile. He was still alive.
Oh my-
Very much
I
alive.
Wow.
Literally don't even remember him being alive.
No, yeah.
So
there
you-
was a time where
So
he
you
was definitely
predicted
alive.
it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I did get yeah. Fuck. No, I predicted him getting eaten by a crocodile. But
and it ended up being a
It's a
stingray. Yeah.
it's a notorious stingray.
So I could go on
About the-
hypothetically America's Got Talent as the magician whose pants keep falling down.
yes, and there was a guy that was literally on before me who was that exact thing. He was a Japanese guy, okay? And he was doing like this sort of routine where his underwear keeps falling off, but then he'd be like, "Don't worry." And his catchphrase was, "I'm wearing."
I'm wearing.
And then he would reveal that he actually didn't have underwear fall off. We just saw it fall off and he had another pair.
You know what's too bad?
Fully.
Wow.
Exactly. You were making up a thing, but right before me, that guy did that.
It's too bad the French Canadian. That guy.
Oh
Not-
my God.
no joke. For sure that
And
was
you're
exact-
watching him pull his underwear out saying,
Yeah.
"Don't worry." And you're like, "Okay, here I go."
Yeah.
That guy would have
As he
done.
was crushing. He
Yeah.
was killing.
Wow.
People were loving him. And I just had a feeling that no one was going to love me because that was the
Shit.
point.
Damn.
They told me that I would eat shit.
Right.
So then you get called on, I guess. Is
So-
Nick Cannon the host?
No, Terry Crews is the
Oh yeah,
host.
Terry Crews.
So I'm sitting there for
Awesome.
like 10
you
hours.
met Terry Crews.
I met him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very nice.
Is he huge?
I had to lie to him, though. I had to lie to everybody.
You lied to
Right.
Cruz.
I lied to him.
Is this like this appearance on AGT? Reminds me of like the Cold War for you almost.
It's like a John le
all
Carre novel.
lies.
You're
I went in undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bridge of Spies.
The clown who
Producers
came
knew
out
what
from
I
the
was doing.
cold.
But the producers would be like, "We've mic'd you up. Go talk to that like aerialist over there in the
If
corner."
you tell anyone that you're a comedian, we're all fucking dead. The jig is up.
It was kind of like that. They were definitely like, "Don't say that you're a comedian to that aerialist over there."
Not even Terry Crews.
No, and I lied to him. I told him that I did my act in front of the church. And
If you can say something to Terry Crews right now, what would it be? Because you lied to him.
well, after I did the act, and he saw that I
see.
did get a moment to be like,
That's good.
Interesting
This is
fact:
nice.
Terry Crews had a porn addiction. He wrote about it in his book.
"Oh, really? Is it a good book?" Oh shit!
Bruno
Wow.
just jumped on the table.
Is
I
it
didn't
always
read it,
this
but I heard
rambunctious?
him interviewed and he talked about his porn addiction.
Right.
So
He
there
was
you
one
go.
of those not all men. No, he was like a men too
Was he?
kind of guy.
Oh, right, because
Yeah.
he was sort of
Men 2,
treated
the
badly.
sequel to Men, was amazing.
Anyway, so
Anyway,
Sorry.
I'm yes. I'm okay. So
you're
yeah,
lying
I sit
here,
around,
you're
I sit
lying
around
there.
for 10 hours lying
sucks.
everywhere.
yeah,
Do you have your phone at least?
I have my phone and I'm posting.
Yeah.
I'm doing guys who can't have a good time, you
Yeah.
know, with the AGT logo, humble bragging everywhere. No one,
Incredible.
like 0 views. I think 4,000 views.
I think when we had Ben Stagger on, he couldn't tell us what he did on CGT.
or he didn't tell us how it went. He couldn't say
Ah.
what the
Oh, I'm
result
prepared
was.
to say everything.
Oh my
this is
God.
amazing.
Yeah,
This
I'm gonna
is
say it all.
juicy.
yes.
So I do the dress rehearsal. There's a dress rehearsal, and I show everybody. Everybody sees that my act, what it is, all the contestants, and then they're like, "Oh, funny." Sure, but then like the camera guys are like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen. You have to go to the finals." They're pumping me up. And then I'm thinking about that saying of like, if it goes well, if the crew loves it, you're about to eat shit. Like,
Yeah.
The movie's gonna bomb if you had a good time shooting it.
Yeah. That was awesome, man.
So I get on there and they're like, just play up all your nerves. And I was like, and there's like 2,000 people. And I walk out and I stand on that X, and it's Howie and Heidi and Sophia and Simon Cowell.
Who's Sophia?
Sophia Vergara.
Oh,
Was Manny
right.
there?
Beautiful. She's beautiful. Manny was there.
Yeah, so you saw her in real
I
life.
saw her and she's just beautiful. She is.
Did you feel
I love that.
a bit, starstruck?
I was starstruck by her. I wasn't starstruck by Heidi Klum.
I used to
What?
really love Heidi Klum.
I mean, she's a babe too.
Yeah.
But she was the least fun part of the whole story in that she doesn't really
Care much?
add or care much. Yeah. So I just start like they're like, okay, here's how it's going to go. Howie's going to love you. Simon's going to give you an X right away. Sophia could go either way. Heidi's probably going to love you as well. This is going to go great. You're going to love it.
So they
And I
tell
start-
you this.
Yeah. And then I start doing the act, and I say that I'm a magician, and I'm like, AGT is a huge opportunity for all of these magicians, and I could be up there in Vegas with the best of them. And then Simon's like, all right, well, let's see. And then I start doing
Wait,
it.
do his voice, sorry.
I don't have a Simon, but it's
No
like,
way.
okay, let's see.
Sorry to be rude.
Sorry to
but
be
Ask
rude.
you to do it.
Okay.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks.
That's
I
really
mean,
good.
it's just a British accent. Anyway,
So I start, and then Howie gives me an X right away. Immediately,
Why?
I do the middle finger, and then he's.
Did your act involve germs? Is that why?
I mean, probably. Yeah, there's germs everywhere. I was gonna use him as a volunteer, and I was like, okay, I'm still gonna do that. But people started booing me immediately. Like the audience started booing me, and there was a guy. I have a visual. Like he covered his child's eyes.
Because of the middle finger?
Yes. And I'm like, oh, right. This is 2,000 people. It's a family-friendly show in America. There's like half of these people are like deeply Christian Americans. And they didn't Ennis was watching it. He's the only one that's seen it. And he showed me a video. And beside him, there's a lady that goes, "Oh, well, I guess they'll let anybody do anything." And so it wasn't going well then. But then I keep doing the middle finger over and over. And then people start actually liking it and laughing and throwing the middle
Yeah.
finger back.
They need patience. That's
Yeah.
all.
And then I bring Howie up on stage, and then I remember when I did this act at Second City, I would never pick a 60-year-old man because they fucking suck. They're the worst volunteers. They won't lose. They don't want to be beaten. Like, I would pick a stoner 25-year-old, and then they like giggle along, and everyone's like, they giggle and they laugh.
But
and
old
everyone
dads
laughs.
wanna be in
Old
control.
Dads suck. Never choose an old dad.
Even an old dad who gave the world Bobby?
I think he should have been my actual choice for evil man. But it would have been too much for the show.
I feel like he comes up often.
Does he?
Didn't you say though that he said that's how we do it in Toronto?
Yeah, so that's in the
Mm-hmm.
voting section.
Oh.
You just gave away.
Sorry, I
that was
fucked
the
up.
Best punchline
I
have.
fucked up.
No, it's not good. So I'm doing that. I bring him up. He's not letting me win. I'm giving him the middle finger. He's like, "I already got one of those," and I was like, "You have two of those," and we were getting into this like fight. And then it comes to the voting, and they're like, but nobody voted me out. Howie voted me out. Heidi voted me out, and then Sophia and Simon didn't give me an X. And Simon's just like crossing his arms, being like, "Are you done?" kind of look. And then they go to the voting, and then like, they're like, Sophia's like, "I did not know we could do that." And like,
Sophia
Vergara.
liked you.
yeah, she liked me, but she was like, "I did not know." And she reaches into her cleavage and pulls out a middle finger. And that was the best moment of my life.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's the best moment.
That's
Just take a moment. It
awesome.
was so awesome.
She's almost like the Edmonton Oilers fan.
Heidi goes, "I can't vote on that. No fun.
That's classic
That's
Clume.
no fun."
Mm.
Then
yeah.
for some reason, all of a sudden, Howie's on board and stands up and turns to the audience and goes, "That's how we do it in Toronto," and fingers them.
Nice.
I don't even know what that means, really.
We give each other the finger.
Yeah, sure.
And then Simon Cowell walks on stage slowly, and he's
Towards
approaching
you?
towards me.
That's
With-
scary.
with a
He's-
knife.
It was fucking terrifying. He's walking up. He's got these little red glasses.
How tall
on.
is
He looks
he?
like Tony Stark. He's like 5'8".
No.
Okay.
Oh, shit. He's like the same height as me, man.
I felt equal to him.
Can I take him?
Yeah, you could have taken him.
Okay, good.
But he is sort of like he was wearing like the black shirt. He's sort of ripped.
Hmm.
He's
I'm
fit.
sure,
He's
I'm
old,
sure.
older. man
Rich
fit.
LA fit
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
Mm.
And then he's like, "I'm going to say something in your ear that only you'll be able to hear."
What is this?
This is so
Lost in
scary.
translation?
And then he says very loud, "We all hate you." And then I walk off
Did
stage.
you cry?
I felt like crying. I did. Because I sat around for 12 hours.
For
And
him
then-
to say that into your ear.
And it's like those.
All you could think of was Sophia's
Yeah.
jugs to cheer
I'm
you
thinking
up.
of that, and I'm like,
I'm sorry.
it
but
went really
her
well,
hand went
and
in
really,
there.
it was spectacularly bad. It went so bad.
I can't
and
believe
so well
that's
at
so
the same
mean. He
time.
walked slowly up to you and yelled, "We all hate you."
But I'm like, what more would I have wanted from that moment? Really, I don't know.
That's shocking.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
really good story.
And then, yeah, I felt like a little kid who's just been like hit, and you're just like laughing it off, and you're like, "Yeah, no, that was fun. I like that. That was fun." And then I just went. I was like, did I have any fun doing that? I ultimately think it was fun, but I sat around for 12 hours to do that 2 minutes, and now we'll see how it even edits and if I make the show at all. Somebody just reached out and asked for a kid photo, so
Oh boy,
you're
that's a
looking
good sign.
shy. They're like, "Do you have a photo of you?"
Right,
looking
they're gonna
really
say this is
shy?"
him
I was
as a magician.
yeah, a little sad, little shy boy.
Did
Little
you-
magician.
How did you treat yourself after that disappointing end to your day? Did you go to Universal Studios or the
Malibu?
Malibu Studios?
To me and Ennis Esmer went to the bar, a bar in Los Feliz. That's a
Mm.
dive bar called I can't remember.
Where they do the karaoke.
They do
stuff.
karaoke.
That place
Yeah,
is the best.
that place. Yeah, the Ye Rustic Inn.
I saw.
Right.
And we had
I
beer.
think I saw Jarvis Cocker doing karaoke there once.
It's good. It's a good
What?
place.
Yeah.
And that's
Wow.
what we did.
Jarvis Church, the
We
lead
sat
singer of the
there.
Philosopher Kings.
Wow.
Is he the one that who
I'm
owns
just joking.
the
It's
Lakeview?
a lamer Jarvis.
Oh,
Sorry.
The
Who
lake.
owns Lakeview?
It used to be owned by someone from the Winnipeg band, The Watchmen.
Oh, the
Oh
Watchmen.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they're mixed
sorry. I
up.
thought that joke would go
So-
over better.
No, I'm
Aha.
Here comes the evilometer. What do we give Jarvis Cocker?
Well, shall I go through Simon's life? We did this, but that was
I
a.
don't know. I like Chris's story. Maybe just say some of the the bad things that happened to him. Are we running out of time or?
Well, it's not very much, and I have this information very clear.
Okay, I apologize.
Let's
Yeah,
rip on
yeah,
him.
Yeah, go
Let's
for
get
it.
this guy.
Now that I've heard your story,
Yeah, go
Chris,
for
yeah,
it.
let's rip into this effort.
Yeah.
All right.
This
You know?
guy stinks.
How,
He's
ol-
exploitive.
how old would you guys guess Simon Cowell is?
58.
89.
I say 65.
Because I would have guessed 55 to 80. He's 64.
Yes.
He's 64.
I was 6 years off.
He looks nice.
But doesn't his face? He has
How
a
did it
fucked up
smell
new,
nice? He
new
yelled in your
face.
ear.
He did smell nice. I did note that.
What?
I made sure I took a little whiff as he came in.
Wow.
I was like, people are going to ask this.
But he got a new face after an accident
smelled like a
or like a
cologne.
disease he had.
Oh,
or
really?
I like the idea of him going, "We all hate you," and you're like,
I'm like,
"Rich man." 64.
He was born in London in 59. His mummy was a ballet dancer and socialite, and his father was a music industry executive. So I wonder, I'm sure that made it much harder for him to break into becoming a really rich and famous music industry executive. He went to private schools.
Oh.
Uh,
that shows.
Did you know this? Simon Cowell worked as a runner on The Shining. Like
Like a
a
PA?
gopher.
He had to bring all the blood they put in the elevator and fill it up.
He had to keep building
Oh.
the bathroom door back together.
He did not get along well, though, with his bosses and colleagues on the shoot of The Shining.
No.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
he's mean.
Exactly.
Well, he told them they had the worst voices he's ever heard in his life.
He kept firing the actors and crew members even though he didn't have the authority to do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack, you sound just like Christian Slater, who's an actor who's going to happen later.
You'll see.
According to Simon's brother, Tony, Simon bounced around, did some random jobs until his dad, who was an executive at EMI Music, managed to get Simon a job in the mailroom.
So
Ooh,
his
he
dad-
managed to. Oh, the mailroom.
His dad
Okay.
knew the Sex Pistols. Was it EMI? No, Warner Brothers they sold, right?
Also
but they have the
EMI,
song
yeah.
EMI. Yeah, it's okay. Never mind. Sorry.
After failing to get a promotion from the job his dad gave him, he left, got some other jobs, and then came back to EMI and eventually formed Fanfare Records, which initially was selling exercise videos and musics from acts such as the Italian Orchestra. His first hit song with this record company was a song called So Macho.
What's
by-
the album called?
I don't know what the
So
album's
Macho?
called. Probably.
Yeah.
The artist was Sinita. I bet you didn't know he worked with Old Blue Eyes. Oh, sorry. That's Sinita, not Sinatra.
The Italian Orchestra?
Yeah. Which comes back later, actually, in his life.
Interesting.
You'll see. You'll see.
Really?
The Italian Orchestra never forgets.
In 1989, tragedy occurred.
Oh.
Fanfare Records went bankrupt.
No.
Shit.
The company went under, and this almost makes me emotional to say. Simon Cowell had to sell his Porsche as compensation for outstanding production and royalty payments, and he nearly went bankrupt.
But did he sell it or he almost had to?
He had to sell his
Oh, he
Porsche.
fucking
shoot.
did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
That
wonder if that was the
sucks.
inspiration for Charlie Chaplin's character, the Tramp.
This was basically his low point. Yeah, this is all his
That's
his lost
low.
moment.
Right.
No Porsche?
Yeah.
I don't even understand
It's
what that
actually
would be
fucked
like.
up. Yeah. So he worked as an A&R consultant, et cetera, et cetera, et
Ugh.
cetera.
God.
And he restarted his career by creating novelty records
Okay.
with acts such as the Puppets called Zig and Zag, Never heard of them. The Power Rangers and the World Wrestling Federation.
I know those last two.
Me
Yeah,
too.
They're hilarious.
Really funny.
Yeah, put them on when you need a laugh.
So he got his first big success was 1995.
Okay.
So there in England, there were these two actors, Robson Green and Jerome Flynn, and they were on this show called Soldier Soldier. I've never heard of it. I don't know if you guys have. So on the show Soldier Soldier, Robson Green and Jerome Flynn sang Unchained Melody on the show. Sounds great.
Robson Green and Johnson Trin.
Exactly. So I guess this went over well, and Simon convinced these two actors to record that cover and release it as a single. So now this duo called Robson and Jerome released a cover of Unchained Melody, and it goes to #1 in the UK, and it stayed at #1 for 7 weeks. It was the best-selling single in the UK in 1995.
7
So-
weeks. It's over a month.
So
So of course now Simon.
Now
knows
he's
what
killing it.
talking
Now
about
he's
when it
killing
comes
it.
to music.
Does he get the Porsche back? Does it
well,
say that
according to
anywhere?
Cowell, those two made him his first million.
Oh, so he gets the Porsche back.
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
My first million.
Those two, before they disbanded, sold 7 million albums. I've never heard of them.
Robson and Trumpton.
Yes. Later, he started signing other acts. Five, Westlife, and actually a pretty sick band, the Teletubbies. He signed them too.
Oh, nice. I would love to
Wow.
see them signing the contract in an office.
Do you remember any Five or Westlife songs?
I
Like,
know West. I don't remember.
was
the
Westlife
song.
the one that was like, whatever I said,
No,
whatever?
that's Take That.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
Take that?
That's Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
Take
that's
That.
right.
Take that. So I was in Birmingham for like a week and a bit, and they had 5 nights in a row of their reunion tour in Birmingham, and every night, because it was right near the theater where I was, just like an army of like 50 to 55-year-old like drunk women on high heels would just like pour out of the stadium onto the street, being like completely drunk and like in that way that only British women can do. And it was a little bit scary, a little bit fascinating.
Did any of them talk to you?
No, I steered clear. But Robbie, Mr. Williams, was not part
He
of it
wasn't part of it.
because he's been out of Take That since the
Oh,
early
yeah, he went
2000s.
solo. People
Yeah.
would lament that why did he never go get big in America, because he was an enormous superstar everywhere else.
Rock
And
DJ, great song.
Right.
that
I'm
song.
going around. Right, but I
You
guess
can't go to a karaoke
Angel?
night without
Millennium?
hearing
Or Hero? Is it?
Angels.
Hero was,
Hero
I mean,
Angels.
Angels.
I think Millennium is what I remember. That was the big hit.
And then he had a famous flop big single called Rude Box as well. That is very bad.
Rude Box.
Do
Is
the
it
Rude-
like reggae?
Do the Rude Box, shake your Rude Box. No, it's like hip hoppy, sort of like he was trying to do like sexy back almost.
Is the vagina or the ass the rude box?
Well, that's the thing.
You know what?
Rude
Frankly,
Box,
Sexy Box just sounds. Sorry, Sexy Back sounds better than Rude,
Rude
Box.
Box.
I'm
Maybe it's a
bringing
British
rude
thing.
Box.
Yeah, that's a rude box, darling. So,
Shake your rude box.
okay, so now Simon's like a big deal,
Now he's huge. He's
literally a
got
big deal,
Take That. And
and he hangs out with his buddy Simon Fuller, and
that the comedian? No, that's Rich Fuller.
yeah, this guy's just some
Fuck.
TV guy.
I don't
Wait.
know what we're talking about then.
Simon, isn't that Fuller from Home Alone?
Yes,
He eats all the pizza.
and
Is
you
that
don't
him?
want him drinking Pepsi if he's sleeping in bed with you
Oh,
because he'll pee
yeah.
the bed.
That's
and later,
Simon
and
Cowell's
later he
friend?
became Roman on Succession, which is crazy.
That show's good. You gotta watch it. If
I
you haven't
love
heard of it.
Succession.
Anyway, so Simon Cowell, he's with his buddy Simon Fuller, and they go, let's pitch a fucking TV show. They go into ITV in England, and they pitch a show called Pop Idol, which the concept hadn't, I don't think, really been done before. It's like a summer Saturday night show, and, people sing, and people call in and vote for who they want to win. It became, obviously, a massive hit, and the two top finishers from Pop Idol both went on to have #1 hits in England, so it also made the contestants big stars. So a year later, America comes calling. They bring Simon over to be a judge on American Idol as well as Pop Idol. And Stephen
Wow.
Cowell became instantly famous, kind of compared to like Judge Judy, or if you remember, the Weakest Link host, Ann Robinson. There was just this trend of mean British people on
Yeah.
TV at this time
Where
for
did
some
the-
reason.
Where did the Fuller guy go?
He stayed as like a executive producer, and then he also lived in Chicago with Macaulay Culkin and John Hurd.
Right.
So Cowell became instantly super famous.
I remember this now.
I
Yeah.
remember this. This part, I know.
According to Wikipedia, his signature phrase was, "I don't mean to be rude, but," followed by a brutal insult.
Don't mean to be rude, but
I don't really remember him saying that specifically, but
His famous catchphrase, "Pardon me, I don't mean, are you listening to me? I don't mean to be." It's not very short, his catchphrase.
it's not exactly "I caramba" or
don't
you
mean to
know.
be rude.
Do you know what's an interesting American Idol
His
fact?
catchphrase is, "I don't mean to be rude, but if that's singing, I'm peeing." And that one didn't catch on.
Didn't catch, yeah.
Do you guys remember? Because I did watch some seasons of American Idol, and I only remember Ryan Seacrest as the host.
Of course,
When
but
was
yeah,
the Clay
there's
Aiken?
also
Clay Aiken
Brian
was the first year.
Dunkel.
No, I think he was season
Clay
one was
Aiken might have been season 2.
two
What
or
about
three.
Ruben?
No way.
Ruben and Clay.
Ruben
same
Studdard
season.
and Clay. Season 1 was Justin Guarini and Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. Right now she
From
has her
Justin
own
to
show.
Kelly.
But-
Just popped that on the other day. Really bad.
Oh, that would be good to
Kelly?
watch.
It's a good rewatch. It's horrible.
What is it called?
From Justin to Kelly.
What is that?
It's a
Kelly
movie.
Clarkson and Justin Guarini made a movie right after they both came in, first and second,
Yeah.
and they were pushing these two as film stars. And,
And
it's
Kelly,
I mean,
Kelly
Justin's
legit.
actually better than
Is Kelly Clarkson the
is.
one with the talk show right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
She's all right.
I like
she's
some
good
of her
at talk
songs.
show.
Talk show,
Yeah.
not acting.
not acting.
Who was the name of the Canadian Idol winner? Ryan
Oh yeah,
Ryan
McDonald?
Malcolm?
Ryan
dude,
Malcolm.
that's
right,
fucking
right.
right. I can't
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
you
Where's that
remember
guy?
that.
Where's any
He's-
of them?
John Doerr was on that.
Yeah, he was sort
He
of
did
the
comic
secondary
bits.
host.
Yeah.
Well, if I could just go back to what I was saying.
Oh, this is fun.
This is good. I love it.
Just
So-
kidding, just kidding.
Dunkelman.
From when I was watching, so I only remember Ryan Seacrest on American Idol.
Yeah, what the fuck? are you getting at?
However,
What are you
if
getting at?
Okay, season 1.
Brian Dunkelman.
Thank you. There were 2 hosts, and
What?
Chris. Yes. So
Both
Chris,
Ryans.
Brian and Ryan.
Dunkelman.
Fuck.
So Chris, you may know this. Wilson.
Yeah.
After season 1, Brian Dunkelman, he literally said, like, "I think it's lame that I'm the host of this lame show. I quit." So
Where is he now?
driving fucking Ubers. And Ryan Seacrest has like probably hundreds of millions of dollars. And this guy was recently, like, it kind of came out that he's driving Ubers. No shame in that. It's just
No.
like that is one of the worst career decisions
Choices.
of all time.
Also, Ryan Seacrest got Kelly Ripa.
Yeah. Kelly and Ryan.
Yeah.
But then he
Right.
left. He's left,
Left.
it since.
He left?
Yeah.
Who is it now?
Her husband?
No, I think it's an old football player. I'm blanking on his name. I'm serious.
Refrigerator Perry.
Yes. But isn't that to me?
Kelly and Gronk.
Yeah.
You're watching.
And I'd watch it.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I'd watch a porn called Kelly and Gronk.
But isn't that crazy? And like sometimes I
Yeah.
feel like we, in doing stuff, we're like, is it lame? I'm
Oh,
doing
we've
this. I
totally-
don't want to do this. It's lame. And it's like that attitude can literally ruin your life if you
Look.
do it about the wrong thing.
Look, this
Yeah.
show has been one of the themes of this show has been the Mandela effect.
Mm.
Now I'm gonna bring one up: the
Mm.
butterfly effect.
Okay.
Think about Brian
Yes.
One of the great
Donklage.
effects.
Without question.
He got butterfly affected.
When he quit the
Yeah.
show,
When he quit a show, he
How
got
it's like-
shitty jobs after.
Usually,
Yeah.
usually the butterfly effect is hard to
about
see
a
the connections.
sliding door.
So it's pretty clear.
He flew like a butterfly from American Idol into an Uber car.
Yeah, like a tweet came out where someone was making fun of him for driving an Uber, and
Oh,
it
that's
came out,
bullshit.
and then his wife kind of defended him. And I mean, he shouldn't be ashamed, like, of course, but it's just, God, that sucks for him. I feel for him. That was a bad decision.
In his defense, he wasn't very good, as I remember.
So he might have got
maybe he
fired
was being
anyway.
I
sour
don't know
grapes.
how far his career was going to go as a host.
Maybe he was being sour grapes out loud
Yeah.
because deep down he knew.
Yeah, the show, if I can remember it, had a hard time figuring out what to do with Brian Dunkelman.
I'm gonna look him up.
Look him up. Okay, so for 8 years,
Desmond Tutu is dead.
for 8 years,
Nelson Mandela not dead.
I
Or
think
he is now.
dead. Yeah, he is
He
dead.
is now, but
Oh
at
my
a point,
God.
But the
everybody
Mandela
thought he was.
effect is
Was-
everybody
yeah.
thought he
Thought
died
he
in
was
jail,
dead.
and people
And
have
then he-
these memories.
And then butterfly effect, he died
and then
later.
yeah. Okay, so
The butterfly effect of him getting older led to him dying.
so American Idol was a huge hit. I probably watched seasons 2 or 3 through like 6 or 7, and it was like the #1 primetime show in the United States for 8 years in a row. It was the longest annual winning streak in ratings in American television history. I'm going to tell you guys. You can guess. Chris is talking. Oh, God.
Brian Dunkelman.
Brian Dunkelman. Chris, you're talking off mic to us while we're recording. Chris wrote Brian Dunklage in
I
Google.
was thinking of Peter Dinklage. Donklage.
This is a really, really tall guy, Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage and Peter Donklage.
Oh my God. Brian
Oh,
Dunkelman.
Dunkelman.
Yeah, okay.
Oh God, yeah.
Chris is looking at a picture of him.
No, like, no.
There he is. There's Dunkelman.
Jesus Christ. Out of respect for everybody, I'm not gonna make any jokes about
But I
what
think he
just
was a
saw.
stand-up comic too.
That's
was
cool,
one.
man. Not
So-
a lot of people are doing that.
Okay, but let me ask you guys this quickly. Could you name one of the top 3 most successful American Idol contestants by album sales? Any
Yeah,
guesses who the
100
top 3
just your
might be?
Name the person.
Yeah, who do you think are in the top 3 of
Oh,
most
easy,
successful?
Really easy. This
Go
will
ahead,
be
go for it.
easy. Kelly Clarkson,
Absolutely, she's number 2.
Carrie Underwood,
She's number 1.
and
I have one, Adam Lambert.
Adam Lambert.
He was like 5th, but great, good one. The third was
Clay Aiken.
no, he was like 4th.
Ruben
Oh.
Studdard.
He was in there too.
It's got to be
a lady.
what's that guy? No, he has one name.
Yes,
Trump.
yes.
Starts with a D.
Yes.
Dougie.
Dunkelman.
Dunkelman.
Daughtry.
Daughtry. Right.
He kind of
Daughtry.
did like a Creed
Don't know
impression.
who
Yeah.
the fuck that
Daughtry.
is.
Yeah.
Sorry, no offense.
Daughtry.
It's my own problem that I don't know. I gotta be up on my pop culture.
This isn't popular anymore.
That's true.
And
Peter
it's not
Dinklage.
culture. Peter Dinklage.
Just looking way up at Peter Dinklage. Look,
I'm Dinklage, and I'm Donklage.
I help him get stuff from small places, and I help him get stuff from tall places.
You're watching Dink and Dunk.
Oh my God.
Dink and Dunk.
So
Detective agency.
Simon left American Idol in 2010 and was replaced by Steven Tyler. So he was like, "Your singing is good, man, but you're not dressed enough like an old lady." That was Steven Tyler's catchphrase.
Yeah.
I just, I write in these not very good jokes. and-
No.
Oh, you wrote those?
I
in?
wrote that in, yeah. Okay,
Oh.
now here's the thing. So we're all. It's not that much info about Simon, so we're nearly there, to be honest. But so in 2005, Simon started a new company, which launched an operatic pop group called Il Divo. And Mike, don't you do the Grateful Dead thing with Il Divo, where you travel around to go see all their shows?
I do. I've seen them, and I get my truck and my friends, and we travel around. We camp, and we all drop acid before the Il Divo show. And there's a whole community. We bootleg the shows, and we all trade our old ladies. we all sleep together.
awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Did you know there
I
was?
can't believe it's Il Divo.
Did you know Simon Cowell made a child version of Il Divo called Angelus?
Has he ever made a child?
No,
Oh, what?
I don't.
He's got no kids?
I don't think so. I didn't
Spouse?
see. He was married once, and now he's like, he might be married or he's in a relationship.
Probably got divorced.
Did he say she had a rude box?
Maybe in private.
So he was trying to get
Did he
into
say
the.
it into the private?
I think he did.
I'm
I
on
think
fire
he
tonight,
did. Yeah.
guys. I'm puerile juvenile trash.
So he was trying to get into the operatic, popular.
Yeah, he seemed to
classical
have
music.
this I feel like he had this theory that opera mixed with pop is going to be the next thing. He created the show X Factor which was like on in England and then in the States, and
also already a Marvel comic.
kind of.
Oh, yeah.
He did X Factor. It seemed like it was basically the same show as American Idol. He did it with Sharon Osbourne, and Leona Lewis was on X Factor.
I don't remember X Factor.
I barely
remember
do. I barely do.
It's weird, like, because you got to find out if you have that X factor.
Yeah.
It's a bit ambiguous.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I still say? Remember when Randy Jackson on American Idol would say, "That's a no from me, dog."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
everyone
I still say
says
that all the time.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
says that.
Yeah.
We love that. That's a
S-
no from me. Gotta be
you-
a no from me, dog.
Yeah, put it in any kind of like regular TV sitcom script, and you've got a hit scene.
Hey, did you know One Direction was a third place finisher on X Factor?
Can I ask you something?
And they signed to Simon Cowell's label
oh, there
and
you
then
go.
became massive.
Whoa.
What direction do you think they're talking about?
Ooh, that is a
Which
great
is that
question.
one direction they're heading in?
Well, when they were in England, probably west to California.
Wow, good answer. Is that Harry Styles' band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the best life, I think.
You know what? I love that
Yeah,
song.
I like
You
his
make
life.
me light up like nobody else. Got me overwhelmed. That song's so good.
What would you guys think about me if I just became a massive Harry Styles fanatic and it's all I listened to and I went to their concerts all the time?
You go by yourself
Fine.
to the concerts?
Yeah. His album
My,
covers look so fun. He looks like he's having a great time.
Sushi restaurant. Songs for the sushi restaurant. That's his album title. I did it. I did one.
Is that really his album
I
name?
think so. Who is
It's
it?
a bad name.
Who-
but
which
then,
one?
Daughtry?
there is a song named that in the
Il
album.
Divo?
I think he's
Songs for a
talking about
sushi
Harry
restaurant.
Styles.
Oh.
So we're pushing on here, gentlemen. Following the success of Idol and X Factor, Simon had a new idea, along with his business partners, to develop a talent show open to performers of any kind. Not just singers, but also dancers, instrumentalists, magicians,
Hey.
novelty acts, and so on. This was the Got Talent show. I did not know Simon created those as well. America's Got Talent premiered in 2006. Massive hit. In 2014, Got Talent was named the world's most successful reality TV format by Guinness, with spin-offs in over 68 countries.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had some other shows too that weren't as big. He made one called American Investor, one called Celebrity Duets, one called The Greatest Dancer. They didn't really take off.
That was one thing that somebody told me when I was doing it, that they had done so many countries with their act, and they were like an act that bombs, and they just go around and
They do all the Got
but
Talents.
they get invited to do them, to be an act that is interesting enough to make television, but also won't go
But-
forward because it's bad.
But they don't get paid?
You don't get, well, I mean, I don't know if these guys get paid, but he had done 15 of them or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was a thing I read that I didn't put in that Simon is, will guest judge on different countries. And he almost went to Israel to do Israel's Got Talent. He's been to Canada.
Wow.
Listen to this 2016 album title from Daughtry. It's not over. ... The hits so far.
Best of album.
Yeah, but it probably was over, eh? It's not. Anytime someone's like
Not going anywhere.
yeah, same as it ever was. I'm back. Never went anywhere. I'm back though. Anytime an album's named something like that, they're struggling.
Agreed. So we'll wrap up here with a few controversies about Simon Cowell. In my opinion, none of them are that bad, but, there's certainly some stuff. A former contestant on X Factor named Katie Weissel said she intended to take legal action against Cowell's company because she said X Factor ruined her life. She was labeled the most hated contestant of the season and drew all this negative attention. She faced online threats and had panic attacks and thoughts of self-harm, which left a lasting mark on her.
Oh my god.
She said the show ruined my life.
This might be about to happen to me.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Could
Chris.
be in the moments before my life ends.
That would suck.
Has your mental health suffered since you did America's Got Talent?
Yes. On record, yes.
All right.
Has.
Oh my God, you should see
Your
them.
Honor, I rest my case.
I'm gonna sue
Your
him.
Honor, I rest my case. Everything is bad for us.
The Sunday Mirror in the UK revealed that a different group of 6 people were preparing to take legal action against the show as well. They were aiming for $1 million each, claiming their time on the show was marked by bullying, mistreatment, and neglect. One person said, being on the show was a really tough experience. The effects have stayed with us for years. It's truly distressing.
This is X Factor again?
Yes.
So X Factor went a bit hard.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Simon was really amazing on TV, but he would make really mean jokes about the contestants. I don't know if it's evil, but it was certainly kind of shitty.
It's kind of like how Manson didn't kill anyone at the Tate house, but people who listened to him did.
Right.
It's the same. It's the same.
You would watch American Idol have to see him tear people to shreds, and for example, there was a plus-sized woman called Mandisa on season 5 of American
The
Idol.
Mandisa effect.
And when she got through, Simon goes, "Do we have a bigger stage this year?" Because she was large.
Oh,
That's
and
evil.
Simon.
That's really rude.
looks like he was binging Ricky Gervais.
Mm-hmm. And another example I read was in season 6 of American Idol. There was this sort of odd-seeming smaller guy with big eyes who sang "Tearing Up My Heart." And Simon said, quote, "You look a little odd." He said, "You look a little odd. Your dancing is terrible. The singing was horrendous. And you look like one of those creatures that live in the jungle with those massive eyes. What are they called? Bush babies?" Now, I admit it, I did watch that video online, and I did laugh. It was funny when he called this guy a bush baby, because he did have giant big eyes like those animals. But it's pretty mean. It is mean. And, you do feel kind of bad laughing, like you were talking about earlier, Chris, laughing at these people kind of getting made fun of.
What the hell is a bush baby?
Look it up. It's like a little lemur kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're cute.
That's what I was thinking, but I thought, lemur, from like Madagascar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're funny.
Simon needs to learn to be more kind and caring. I think he needs to watch a little show called Schitt's Creek.
Or Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Oh, Ted Lasso.
To learn how to be kind and gentle with everybody. And, if that means maybe it's not quite as funny, so be it.
I wonder what it would be like if Simon Cowell went to dinner with Mr. Rogers.
Oh, Rogers would be in tears within the first minute, I bet, asking for his sweater and then out the door, back into his car.
He would tell everyone that he's putting his sweater on as he's storming the restaurant.
Fuck you, Simon Cowell. That's what he'd say as he's leaving. And that's
Fuck
Rogers.
This is my impression of Mr. Rogers. Fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Do you guys remember William Hung?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a
She
name I
bangs,
haven't
she
heard.
bangs.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Well, Simon was pretty mean to him.
Yes.
Simon said, "William, it's one of actually the worst auditions we've had this year, if I'm being honest. I mean, everything about it was grotesque. You can't sing, you can't dance, so what do you want me to say?" And then William said, "Well, I've had no professional training in singing." And Simon goes, "Well, there's a surprise of the century." Pretty
Damn.
funny, but
And
mean.
then William Hung killed himself. He hung himself.
No, he
That's the
actually
Mandela
had
effect.
a
He's
really
still alive.
successful career, kind of.
He became
Oh.
famous for like 2 months or something.
Yeah.
William Hung, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear that.
So, let me just say one last thing about Simon on this aspect here. So in 2022, Simon posted a video of himself online promoting Britain's Got Talent, and he looked really weird. He looked unrecognizable from Botox and plastic surgery and
Right.
God knows what. And one Twitter user said, "Hey, I'm not one for slagging one's appearance, but his face looks like it's melting." And I thought, you know what, Simon? Maybe that's some karma, because it's not great to rip on how somebody looks, but now you look weird, mate. And now
Yeah.
we're all saying you look weird. How do you
Yeah.
like that?
You look weird, you fucking asshole.
That's a
Yeah.
no from
Asshole.
us, dog.
Yeah.
I bet you he has nightmares of that every night. Everybody that he's insulted, pointing and roasting him while he's on stage. I bet you he has that nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
In his nightmares, Susan Boyle comes and just points her finger and sings beautifully to him.
How is beauty coming out of her? That's basically her story.
That's their story.
That was bad.
I'll just end on that Simon has appeared on The Simpsons twice, Family Guy twice, and he was in Shrek 2.
What did he say about Homer's singing?
Oh, I don't know, but I
Damn.
wonder.
We gotta look it up.
That's
He
pretty
doesn't
much
like
it. There really wasn't a lot of scandals about Simon.
2024, he was rude to me.
And then he was rude to Chris
Boo.
Wilson, our friend.
Like, in a creepy way.
Yeah,
Came right up to you like
slow
Bram
too.
Stoker's Dracula.
Really slow.
Big melting face.
Took him a while to
His
get up
shadow
there.
was doing different things on the wall as he approached you.
It was scary. 'Cause
And
it's not a
he-
short walk either.
He doesn't walk. He just like appears
you scared?
closer without moving his legs.
I think I said, "What's gonna happen?"
Did you?
I think so.
That's good. No, you gotta fill the space. The Simon walk space. The camera would rather be on you too, because then when he's slowly walking towards you, it keeps them off the rumpling of his diaper. Because usually they only see him in the chair, right?
Yeah.
But rarely he gets up to walk because you can see his diaper rumple in his
just
jeans.
shitting.
Just shitting all day.
Oh, I forgot that I also demanded the golden buzzer at the end. I did that too.
Oh, what is the golden buzzer?
That's the one where they give you $40,000 for being like really good.
Whoa.
Just
Oh.
like
Did they give that to you?
I wanted it.
Oh, that
I
would have been
suggested that. Do
amazing.
Do they all have to vote on the golden
Yeah,
buzzer?
everybody. Well, no, I think
Oh.
if it's like Canadian Idol, everybody gets one golden buzzer a season. So I don't know who had given.
If
it
you had
out yet.
won, Flock would have been on you tonight.
We ate.
Oh,
from a
we
restaurant
I
called
forgot
Flock.
From
that
the
we
restaurant
ate
we
the-
ate
Yeah,
at.
I forgot what
Hey,
it was called.
They pay you to do it at all?
No.
Right. I think you established that. You get the hotel and the flight.
Yeah, hopefully I get so many Twitter followers.
That is like
Twitter's
money.
big
Twitter.
right now.
Oh my god.
Twitter
where am
followers
I?
should be.
What happened?
TikTok and Instagram followers should be like the Bitcoin currency.
Yeah, pay me and buying me a bunch
And we're
of
all
followers.
begging on camera every day to basically make money.
Yeah, but pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally said 10 times this episode, please subscribe to our Patreon. And I really hope people
And
do.
I'm gonna.
And we
I
really
will.
fucking mean it.
fucking will.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Chris.
Do it.
We
Well-
have so many fucking fans. Just fucking subscribe. No. Thank you for anybody who does. It's very nice.
Well, is it time to bring out the...
Evilometer.
Oh, look at it. It's having its Porsche repossessed when it's young.
Oh, it's this.
And then the evilometer is achieving success later and is buying many Porsches. And now it's had facial surgery and it's not great.
It's the Evilometer, Chris Wilson.
I love the evilometer. I love this part.
This part is really. It's like our American Idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
our Canada's
It's a
Got
hit.
Talent.
You're fired.
Oh, Michael.
That was good.
So
You're voted off.
give the topics a score, an evil score. 1 is the
No.
least evil, 10 is the most evil. You know, Hitler will be a 10.
Hitler's a 10. Okay.
Keep in mind, he almost made you cry.
Alf is probably
I've
a
got
2.
my score.
What do you want to give your score first? Or we can go first and let
Yeah,
you think
guys
about it.
go first so I can really think
Build
about
up.
it.
All right. Oh, you're going
Simon Cowell, huge figure in music and television. What do I give him? Oh, he's a meanie, isn't he? Isn't he? Not a nice guy. Not like Bishop Tutu.
No.
I'm gonna give him a 4.
I like it, Mike.
But-
Ballsy.
4.5 for almost making our guest and our friend cry.
Yes.
So and also he just only has like he just pitches the same show over and over again and they make it and it's the same show.
Stupid.
Get a new idea, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm giving him a 1 because he reminds me of just like one of those kind of like moms that sits in a kitchen chair just saying mean shit all the time. And it's like pretty innocuous for the most part.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 1.1. 1 for just kind of being really mean to a bunch of strangers, and 0.1 for what he said to Chris Wilson.
That's really nice. Thanks for having my back, everybody.
Yeah, what he said to you is included in mine.
I'm only really considering that
Mm.
he said everybody hated me.
Yeah.
He looked into my eyes and then whispered loudly in my ear, on microphone that everybody hates me in front of 2,000 people, and then some people laughed.
I
And
think he
some
wanted
people booed.
I think he wanted to kiss you.
I don't know if he were booing me or him, but I think they were booing him.
They were booing him.
Yeah. But I was on the Walk of Fame, and I saw his star, and I gave it a fucking middle finger.
Good.
No.
Yeah, I took a photo of it.
Nice.
Put it in my Instagram stories.
Shit.
And this guy, he exploits people. He makes mean jokes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He puts people in a position where they think they're gonna win a bunch of money, and they never were gonna.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
gets people's hopes up because
That's
it's
a
all
good point.
planned.
That's a good
It's
point.
all planned. They know who's gonna win, but then some third place person thinks and starts counting that money, and then they don't get it, and that's
Yeah.
bad. And he's mean,
Yeah.
so he's an 8.4.
Nice.
Whoa.
Well, you know, Chris, it
Yeah.
is like a euphemism for the American dream,
Yeah.
where you go, "Oh, I'm poor, but I could become rich." And that's a good point I didn't think about. All these contestants think I'm going to be a star,
Yeah.
and then 99.9% of them aren't going to, and that's
Yeah.
just a sad thing.
You know what else he does? We didn't.
And he
really-
gets rich.
He gets rich. Another thing we didn't even touch on is all this times that he goes into the kitchen and the chefs are there and he's like, "Fuck you guys, your food's so bad. Fuck you. This food tastes like shit." You know. So he's always doing that too. As
And
well
he's
as
divorced. He must have
What?
done something.
yeah.
Mike, are you thinking of Gordon Ramsay?
No, Simon Cowell, the guy, the guy from the American Idol show who goes to the restaurant.
Mike, it's Gordon
Oh.
Ramsay. It's Gordon
We'll
Ramsay.
deal with this after we stop recording.
We'll be right back.
Well, Chris, that was
Good
awesome.
work.
You're hilarious. Mike will link to really anything you want in the show notes.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to putting yourself out there too.
Thanks a lot.
And giving it a shot.
What's your TikTok address? Or
That's
whatever they
great.
call it.
Find me at I'm Chris Wilson on all the
that is
platforms.
fabulous.
The letter I, the letter M, Chris Wilson.
I love that.
Oh.
Because some people go, "Oh, I am Chris Wilson." I'm like, "No, that's not it. It's I'm."
You're laid back, abbreviated.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
And you'll do a little bonus episode with us, Chris?
Yeah, I'll do a bonus. Sure.
Maybe you have some stuff you couldn't say in the real episode about Mr. Cowell.
I do.
Stay tuned, listeners.
Kissed.
Man, that was an awesome episode of